As we enter the city gate of Toffia, we've entered one of the city gates, Porta Maggiore. And as we enter on the left, we see the obituary board. Antonietta Casarsa died at the age of 84. She's remembered by her husband, who's still alive. His last name was Tacchi and all relatives. Bruno Placidi died at the age of 92. So you can see that living in this town of Toffia will assure one of long life, happy years. Here's a little local out with grandparents walking through the medieval streets of Toffia. Over the Farfa Valley in Sabina, Toffia has an extraordinary history. Its name probably derives from the Latin Toffia, meaning rock of the sea. It's perched high on a rock over nearly 300 meters above sea level and dominates this valley where two rivers converged. It was dominated for many years by the Longobards coming from the north of Europe, the area of present-day Germany. In the 900s, this is Longobard, and there are continual conflicts between the Longobards and the Abbey of Farfa, not far from here. And then conflicts arise between the Orsini family and other noble families seeking domination of this area. Medieval churches with Renaissance frescoes are to be seen in this gem of a Latium town, Toffia. The upper part of Toffia, yet extraordinary views on all sides of the Sabina Hill country. One of the splendors of Latium. The joy of discovering the small towns in this region. Look at this piazza. Could that be perhaps the base of a Roman column outside someone's home? A place where they sit in the summer and perhaps have their espresso? The little church of the Madonna of Loreto, 16th century, closed now. Placard near the church tells us that not much remains except the fresco over the altar. There is the Madonna there between two saints. I'm in the upper part of town. Some beautifully restored Renaissance palazzi here. Maybe an indication of the wealth of the great Orsini family, which once dominated here in the period of the Renaissance. And here we have a magnificent doorway, bugnato we call it in Italian, rusticated, massive blocks, imitating the way the Greeks and Romans built with the massive blocks. Pino reading on his phone about the history of Toffia as I continue my walk up the restored streets, past buildings unrestored as well as restored. The City Hall of Toffia in the back streets is housed in a magnificent, beautifully restored Renaissance palazzo. Very elegant. There's the flag of Italy, the flag of Europe, and City Hall, Palazzo Comunale of Toffia. And on we go with our walk through the back streets. Magnificent views, heading out to the countryside as we walk. Another street leading to a palazzo with a magnificent Renaissance doorway. And up these steps, another doorway with a family coat of arms. I'm guessing the doorway must be post 1600s. And on we go, continuing our walk in silence, except for the birds twittering around, through the little gem of Toffia. There's Pino up there, he's ahead of me. Seeing the Palazzo Orsini, we arrive at the highest point of the town, where we see here the closed church called Santa Maria Nuova, or Santa Maria della Visitazione, of the Visitation. Inaugurated in 1507, probably built over the site of a medieval palatium, or huge palace. Alas, fire damaged much of the church in 1991. I'm finding it closed, alas, alas. And my correction, fire damaged the church severely on New Year's Eve, 1981. Santa Maria Nuova, at the top of the town of Toffia. And now we will head back through this wonderful hilltop gem of the Sabina area of the region of Latium. Full is the garden of this home. The gate open, the wrought iron gate, as if to welcome anyone who wishes to go in, take a seat, and look out at the beauty of the mountains, the hills surrounding the Sabina, the Farfa area, and the valley. Everywhere you look, magnificent Renaissance doorways indicating the strong hold that Renaissance families had on this town centuries ago. And up we go, heading towards a church, it appears. As we leave Toffia, the bells are ringing of Santa Maria Nuova, or Santa Maria della Visitazione, that we saw as we walked through the town. Arrivederci, Toffia, perched on a rock. After all, your name comes from Topinium, the Roman term rock of the sea, and you do seem to be right on a scoglio, or a rocky outcropping jutting out of the sea. Arrivederci, Toffia.